Hey guys, it's Lo here from Nino and Lo, and I'm here in Walmart looking at all these beautiful spring flowering bulbs. I couldn't help myself. I picked up an assortment of lilies, some dahlias, and some beautiful calla lilies, and I can't wait until these flower up. So I'm gonna pot a few of these up. So pull up a chair, pull up a drink, and come and join me. Now this is a beautiful peony. It's a coral charm, and you can see that beautiful kind of peachy apricot color. Now this is a bare root plant. Now you can see when you're shopping for bare roots, you're gonna get a piece of root, hence the name bare root, but try to look for some eyes. Now this one has more than just eyes, it's actually sprouting already. I'm going to go ahead and take it out of this bag and give you a better view. Now they pack it in this kind of half sawdust, half peat moss kind of medium here, but just inspecting, looks pretty good. The root is nice and tough. There's no soft sections on it. I don't notice any mold or anything, and it's already starting to sprout. There's one underneath the bottom here. So I'm going to go ahead and pot this up and give this a little bit of a head start. Okay, so I have my pot. It's the largest one I have here. So I've done my research. And some of it says that if your root is really dry, you can soak your root for a couple hours. This one actually, taking it right out of the bag, is pretty moist. So I don't feel the need to have to soak it. So I'm going to plant this in this container. And every research that I've done said to make sure that I don't bury it too deep, or else this peony won't grow, and to leave 2 inches roughly from the surface, whether you're planting it in a container or in the ground. Now I intend on putting this into the ground, but I feel like I have to start this in a pot because of all the sprouts that are coming out here. So I'm going to go ahead and pot this up. So I have it all planted up, being very careful not to put it too deep. So I'm gonna give it a good drink of water here. Not too much because it's not actively growing, just enough to keep the soil nice and damp. And I'm gonna keep it nowhere that's too lit right now. I will wait to see some buds popping up. And that's the planting of my peony. I cannot wait to have this gorgeous thing in my garden. Now I have these oriental lilies. They're a hybrid called Virtuoso. And I have them in their containers here. They've been in the bags that they came in. They've been in here for a while. And as you can see, they've all started sprouting. So I think I better go ahead and pot them up before I lose them. Now, they have good amount of sprouts on all of them. I've went through the bag and they've all pretty sturdy. None of them have any signs of mold or anything, and they look pretty good. So I have these nursery containers that I've had other plants come in that I've saved, and I put a little soil in the bottom. I put some rocks underneath there just for drainage. These have very good holes in them, because if it's one thing that lilies do like are good drainage. They don't like their feet to be wet. So I put maybe about 2 inches or so in there, and I'm going to plant them all the way down deep in there, 4 inches down. So I'm going to do that now. So I have them spaced fairly tightly in there. I put 3 in each of these containers, and I'll just go ahead and fill it up with soil. Okay, that's those ones planted, and that was the Lily Virtuoso. So I have this mix. They're pink and purple assorted dahlias, you know, that you just get at the big box store. I really like the color of the different variations, so I picked one up. And this is what I got out of it. So it says that there should be 5 tubers in there. So I guess this is what they consider 5. 1, 2, 3, this little one, and this. That's all kind of broken up. This, I don't even know if this is viable. But I did find a little sprout on there. I can't remember where, but I'm going to plant it anyways and see how it goes. Now the biggest one here, clearly you can see that it's, let's let that focus, it has a sprout on there. And then this one here, it's starting to sprout. You can see it has several little eyes there that are sprouting. This one here, not so much. I was kind of inspecting this and I didn't see anything starting to sprout. And this one here, I can see a little sprout starting there. So I know at least that I have 3 viable options here. So I'm gonna still pot these up and see how they do. So I've got this first tuber about 2 inches or 5 centimeters below the rim of the pot here. And I'm just going to fill this up. Now this soil is already slightly moist, but I'm going to water it in and just set it aside until it starts to, show some signs above the soil line.
Now it's time for me to pot up these gorgeous begonias. I just love these. These are the cascading type and they're a beautiful color. Now there's a lot of information that you get from these seed packets on the back. It tells you all about planting and optimum conditions. Now these little things, they look like dried up potatoes, to be honest. And most of them are sprouting. You can see the little sprouts here on the top. You just have to make sure that when you plant these things, you plant the smoother side, which will be the bottom. The smoother side is the side that goes to the bottom. So I'm just putting them in these little individual pots. Now you want the part that's sprouting, if you have any sprouts, or the concave side, you want that facing up. The smoother side you want on the bottom. So I'm just putting these into the pots, covering them with a little bit of soil, not too heavy. This is a very light potting mix, and just gonna water them in. And basically that's it. Once they start to sprout, I'll give them a little bit more light, but until they start sprouting, I'm not gonna give them too much water. Just make sure that the soil doesn't get dried out, and don't forget to label your plants. So that's it. I'm just gonna water the rest of my pots and put them up. That's all my summer flowering bulbs for today. I can't wait until these all start blooming. I just can't wait. I just love the colors of the flowers. Well, guys, I hope you're having a good planting day, because I know right now we're all planting away. So like, share, or subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.